Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
He had sex with you multiple times?
Yep.
We have an exclusive story tonight of sexual abuse where justice will apparently never be served. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. A Cass Lake, Minnesota woman who doesn't want to be identified has decided to come forward about her story of abuse as part of her healing process and hopefully help victims as well. Valley News Team's Neil Carlson has a story that you'll only see here.
It was 1981 in Cass Lake, Minnesota. The victim claims she was 13 years old when a man married into her family and turned her childhood into a living hell.
He used the usual power and control, coercion, threats. Who's going to believe you over me? I'm a Navy man. He used that a lot.
He had sex with you multiple times?
Yep.
And tragically, the victim's own mother did not believe her daughter's story about being sexually abused by the man. In fact, the mother went so far as to tell school counselors the man responsible for her pregnancy didn't do it.
I don't want the trial. I don't want to mess with any of that. It's just, that wouldn't help me.
The victim says she suffered a lifetime of problems with depression, and court documents filed years later prove the man she claims sexually abused her is the father of her son. However, she's decided not to pursue her legal right to file charges against him. She says she wants to spare her son from further trauma in her dysfunctional family.
And now that I'm starting to actually actively do healing, it's not my fault, and it never was my fault that this perpetrator had issues of his own. That doesn't make it my issue.
The victim says she's finally begun to turn her life around by working with other victims at a women's crisis center. And while she admits she never told her story to authorities when it was happening to her, she's hoping to inspire other victims to step forward.
The reason why I'm doing this is to actually help me through my healing process. By speaking out, if I can help at least one person understand this, then I've done my job.
From Cass Lake, Minnesota, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
Now, the victim says even after all this time, her mother still doesn't believe or at least won't acknowledge that she was ever sexually abused. If you ever need help uncovering any issue in your community, call us. Our whistleblower hotline is 701-237-6576. Leave your tip there, and a member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work exposing the truth. We're finally seeing some sunshine out there in parts, but also some clouds. I hear rumblings of some more rain on the way. Let's talk to Hutch to get the very latest. Hutch?
Thanks so much, Stephanie. If you are out and about this evening, there is rain pushing back into our south and western counties. As we mentioned last evening, Stutzman County, Dickey and Lamar County will have the chance at seeing some of these showers push in within the next hour or so as they move out of the Wishick area. So be prepared. Have those umbrellas handy. The wet weather is about to return. If you're in Fargo or Grand Forks, I think we make it through the majority of the evening. Quiet, light winds, 55 in Fergus Falls, and a look in Jamestown, 53 degrees with 13-mile-per-hour winds. The sunshine felt so nice today in the valley, and for Fargo Moorhead, temperatures will remain in those mid-50s through the next couple of hours. And we'll see our temperatures slip down in the low 50s. Looks like a quiet night with increasing clouds. Overnight is when we'll have our best chance at rain showers, and looks like some of us could see several tenths of an inch of rain over the next 2 days. Soggy in the forecast. Okay. More on that in a minute.
Well, we need it.
The moisture will come in handy. We do have some warmer weather to talk about too, so we'll get that done.
Can't wait. Thanks, Hutch.
You bet.
Well, you can stay up to date on all of our changing weather. Make sure you download our Valley News Live weather app to your smartphone or tablet. You'll get all the latest road and weather conditions on our Storm Team app. Just search VNL Weather in the App Store. Questions continue to surface following an explosive report that casts doubt on the official account of the takedown of the world's most wanted terrorist. Investigative journalist Seymour Hersh shocked Washington insiders in recent days, claiming that the Obama administration knew all along where bin Laden was hiding and that his body was not buried at sea. Now NBC News reports that 2 intelligence sources describe a walk-in asset that told the CIA where bin Laden was hiding over a year before the U.S. raid on bin Laden's compound. The Obama administration has sought to discredit all reporting on the matter as inaccurate and patently false. However, the administration's responses do not address the specific allegations in the Hirsch article, including the existence of that walk-in asset. Fargo police are investigating a late-night fire as arson. It happened near the NDSU campus last night. When fire crews arrived, smoke was visible from the front door. One of the people living there put water on the fire, then left the home. Firefighters were able to put the rest of the flames out pretty quickly, and Fargo police were called back out to the scene a couple of hours later when fire crews determined the cause of the fire was suspicious. Police decided to look into that. People in the Durham-Dent School District are headed to the polls today to vote on a referendum totaling almost $60 million. The money will be used to build a new high school as well as additions and renovations to 3 other buildings. By voting yes, people would be approving a property tax increase. Polls will be open until 8 o'clock tonight. You can see the locations on your screen there. For more information, though, and to find your voting precinct, head to our website, valleynewslive.com, and click on this story. Moorhead schools say they have hit capacity and they need to grow. And Moorhead residents will now be asked to vote on a referendum this November to help pay for the district's expansion. The school board voted to move forward with this and will now plan and design the exact language of the ballot question. Now, the issue is still being talked about, but what they are going to be voting on is projects costing about $78 million, possibly a new elementary school, and possibly additions to Horizon Middle School, including an auditorium there and safety and security upgrades. A demographer projected that enrollment in 10 years could top 7,400 students in Moorhead. That's almost 2,000 more than currently. A place where criminals can dump off stolen goods. That's how Moorhead City Attorney John Shockley characterized secondhand shops at last night's city council meeting. Shockley today says he didn't remember saying it in that manner. Moorhead's police chief, David Ebinger, came to his defense, saying it was a hypothetical situation and a misrepresentation. We talked to several thrift stores and antique shops about how welcoming the city has been to secondhand businesses in the community.
That they're not really, I don't know, that important or necessary to have around. But I think they would like a little bit more encouragement from the city.
Well, coming up at 6, hear more from store owners about being painted as a dumping ground. Fargo Public Schools staged an emergency drill today to practice procedures to evacuate a school and reunify students with their families. The school evacuated nearly 800 students through bus to South High School during the drill. One of the high school students proceeded to the gymnasium where 30 drama students portrayed the roles of parents and guardians arriving to collect their student. The staging was to test evacuation, transportation, and reunification in the effort to learn timing, test computer applications, and be better prepared should a true emergency happen. Learn new skills, make new friends, and get some father-son time. Boy Scouts of America is looking for some new Cub Scouts. It's available for boys in kindergarten to 4th grade, and tonight they're hosting an event called Hooked on Scouting. It goes from 5:30 to 7 p.m. at the Woodhaven North Park and Pond. Registration is $20 and lasts for the remainder of the year through December. If you'd like to sign up, we have a link on valleynewslive.com. Click on the hot button. Each year, more than 2 million people are diagnosed with skin cancer. It's the most common cancer in the U.S., but also the most preventable. Medical professionals say sunscreen should be applied to the whole body every 80 minutes outside, and parents should take care of the kids as one blistering sunburn can really double the chances of melanoma later in life. SPF protection, shirts, sunglasses, and hats can keep both kids and adults safe in the sun.
Teaching children to wear hats right off the bat, whether it be a nice sun hat or just even a baseball cap. Husbands, men, just wear the baseball cap no matter what when you're outside.
Catalyst Medical Center is doing free skin cancer screenings this week. The appointments are for walk-ins and are this Thursday and Friday. Still ahead for us, find out which company has issued a recall of its safety gates after kids were hurt.
And after a little bit of a break from the rainfall, the soggy returns. I'll have hour-by-hour details on when and where the rain hits right after this.